This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for Tuesday, the 20th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, what is there to say about ES here? Well, I have to say there's something fairly unique about the situation. We didn't quite kill any of the sell signals yesterday, although we came very, very, very close on ES. I had to measure. So we will see how that goes today. But what I would say is we've still got six sell signals across the usual indices, and actually. What is unusual is that if there wasn't already a sell signal fixed, on 5 of them, another one would now have fixed. We'd have another one on ES. We would have another one on NQ. We would have another one on RTY, a little more marginal, but there definitely, I think. YM, we'd have another clear one. In fact, this would be a full sell signal rather than just a weak one. Or at least it's stronger than the original one, which is still valid. On DAX, we would have another one as well. Only on ESTX would we not have another divergence to add to the one that's already established. So we are in need of a retracement here. Are we going to get it today? I don't know. What I would say is, if we have another day like yesterday, then we're liable to kill all of the sell signals, or at least half of them. This is really overdue a retracement. What is this rise telling us? It's telling us that the retest of this high here at 57.22 is highly likely. I'm expecting to see that within days. Potentially, if we just keep going up like this, we can see that within a couple of days. But I'm still leaning towards seeing a retracement. This has been a long, long time without a retracement. So hasn't been a buy setup really since this low here. This has been a remarkable move, but then the move down was pretty remarkable too, and this is very much a B that's forming. I would be very surprised not to see the retest of 57.22 fairly soon. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Right, looking at Dow, which seems to be leading more than anything else. No divergence on the 5-minute. We've got a RSI 14 sell signal that has survived on the 15-minute, and we're pretty close to this declining resistance, which may well get hit today. On the hourly chart, no current divergence on the RSI 14, but we've got a weak RSI 5 sell signal that's fixed. We're likely to see a retest of this high soon. Pretty much the same on SPX. Nothing in terms of patterns really. This has been a formless rise. We've still got an RSI 14 sell signal brewing. It hasn't fixed yet. We've almost reached this flag target. This is the target for the flag breaking up. You can remember my comments about a flag can sometimes be the reversal pattern. This, I'm pretty sure, was the reversal pattern, and it broke up. We've got a target on that on SPX at 56.30. I'm expecting to pass that on the way to the retest of the high, which, as I said, I would expect to see within days. Shouldn't be waiting too long for that. No divergence on the RSI 14, and actually we lost this divergence on the RSI 5 late yesterday. The hourly charts are looking very overbought, not surprisingly, but we've got no divergence on the RTH charts because we haven't really seen enough for a pullback to see one. All right, in terms of the bands, we're not that far away from the daily upper band on the Dow chart. Again, not that far away. We're closer on the NDX chart, but of course it's been rising a bit more slowly, but you can see that we're a little closer. I'm expecting this to retest the high soon, but it's not going to retest the same time as SPX and SPX and Dow, but I'm not seeing any particular reason to think that it won't retest. No divergence on the 15-minute. We lost this RSI 14 sell signal. On the hourly chart, again, no current negative divergence. We've lost the divergence on both the RSI 14 and the RSI 5. Looking at IWM, give me a second. Right, looking at IWM on the 15-minute chart, no divergence on the. Do we have a pattern? I've got to say, not really. Maybe if we had a test of this support and then came back up again, but we haven't really had enough of a pullback to actually establish any trend lines. We've got divergence, negative divergence on the hourly chart on both the RSI 14 and the RSI 5, and we're hitting a significant resistance level, which I don't think we've broken over since last night. Let's just have a quick look and see. It's come up a little last night, but not really significantly. One thing I would say though is we were testing the the monthly pivots yesterday. We've broken over it clearly on YM, very clearly on ES, and on NQ, where the ES and YM were yesterday. So looking for a retracement, we're overdue one. We're going to get one soon. From where? Difficult to say. We had a number of resistance levels and obvious resistance levels, and we've gone through all of them at the moment. It's very hard to call where we might see a retracement come from. I'm just thinking we're probably going to do one before we get to the high, and actually we haven't got a lot of space to do one in at this stage. Looking at ES, we're now less than 100 handles away from the high retest. I'm expecting to see at least a bit of a retest, a bit of a back test before we do that. Maybe a back test on the monthly pivot at 55.71. Right, let's see. Let's go to DX, which has gone lower, and we've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed. This wouldn't be a bad looking time to look for a bounce. It's far from unanimous on the currencies, but there's a fair amount of reason to think that we might be about to see a bit of a rally here at least. ZB is still on the way to the full IHS target, which arguably has got close enough here, but I'm still leaning towards seeing at least a bit higher. CL, this is interesting because this has now actually come back over 76.4%. It may go the rest of the way. In the short term, we've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed. I'm looking for a bit of a rally, might be forming a little IHS here, maybe setting up a rally back into the 75.5 area. But of course, we're in a triangle. That triangle, if it's going to fail down, it doesn't really need to complete the last move up. Maybe we are going to 82. This is certainly retraced harder than I was expecting. So I'm watching it with interest. NG, the IHS is almost formed. See a break up over 2.43. And we got a target back up here in about the 2.8, 2.85 area. And I think there's a pretty good chance that's going to make it. GC went a little higher, 60-minute sell signal is fixed. Keeping an open mind on that, we could continue going higher, but if dollar's going to rally, then that could provide a bit of a pullback. We went straight through the possible inverted head and shoulder neckline on SI. So I'm reading this as an asymmetric double bottom that's broken up. That's got a minimum target in about 31.25 area. Looking at HG, getting pretty close to declining resistance. We've made the first double bottom target. We've got a possible IHS neckline up here in about the 4.15 area. All right, let's have a look at currencies. Euro, got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, mirror image of the one on DX. Nothing compelling in terms of a reversal pattern. GBP USD is heading back up into the retest of this high here in the 1.384 area. Got a possible 60-minute sell signal growing. USD JPY maybe forming a head and shoulders, set up a move lower, keeping an open mind, but this is a setup basically to retest this low in the not too distant future. USD CAD crumbled. We made the head and shoulder target, and we're getting close to the retest of this low and should hit it soon. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal growing. On Australian dollar, we haven't made the high retest, which is in the 68 area, supported by an IHS target in the same area, and I'm expecting to hit that. Could see a bit of a retracement on the way. NZUSD has made the double bottom target, and I think is on the way back to the retest, which is pretty close to the annual pivot at 62.12. KC is pretty close to this high retest I've been looking for, which is in about the 252.5 area. On SB, we've still got a nice looking double bottom. It's just a different double bottom, gone slightly lower as we've retested the low again. CC still looks like a bear flag. CT, nice looking double bottom, working its way back up towards double bottom resistance. Needs to break and convert the monthly pivot to do anything on that. If we see that, then we can see a move back up into the 74.5 to 75 area. Looking at wheat, still got a nice looking double bottom, still hasn't broken up. Corn, nice looking double bottom, nested, still hasn't broken up. Soy, this is actually thinking about breaking up from the latest double bottom, and it may do so. But grains have really been just a mixture of a lack of interest and just a lack of buying. Lumber made it up into this just over the 537 area, so I'm still wondering about a possible test of this double bottom target, extended double bottom target in the 545 area. Live cattle has still got an open target down in the 174.75 area. Lean hogs has broken up and looks as though it's heading towards a retest of this high here in the 78.75 area. All right, let's have a quick look at questions, recap on ES. No questions at the moment. Okay, this has been an amazing move. We've still got shed loads of negative divergence. That hasn't meant a lot. We've got two failed sell signals each on ES and NQ. This is a sign of a very strong trend. We didn't quite fail the latest ones, although it was a pretty close run thing. And if we didn't already have sell signals fixed, then we would have other ones brewing. In this environment, that does not mean as much as it usually would. Could we see a retracement here? Yes. And everything, we'd start forming patterns if we got a retracement, and that would be a good thing. At the moment, this is almost a formless rise. And actually, even in a trend down day, you usually get some kind of a pattern established. One thing I would repeat from yesterday is coming up this far, coming up this fast, is suggesting that we're going to go through the target when we get there. This isn't a double top where I'd be looking for it to fail. We don't have any pattern resistance suggesting that we've got anywhere for it to fail at the moment. So be wary. If we see a pullback, that is likely a buy, and that's probably going to take us through the current all-time high and maybe very possibly significantly higher. So we shall see. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap, guys. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible. I'll catch you guys later.